our newcomers on board, my name is Stanleyville, and I will be your conductor for this trip. I'm located all the way in the back of the train. I do have a few safety reminders to go over with you guys before we get started. So first and foremost, there is no eating, drinking, or smoking allowed on the train. That includes e-cigarettes and vape pens. If you're traveling with a small child whose feet do not firmly touch the floor while sitting on the train, we ask that you place them towards the center of the row with an adult place on the other side. If you have any loose articles, please secure those as best as possible. However, if something ends up falling off the side of the train, I am going to ask you guys stay seated and do not jump off the side of the train to retrieve your item. Rather, just take a mental note as to where it was left at the next station notified myself or a station master at hand will be happy to retrieve your item for you. And last but not least, when the train is in motion, everyone must stay seated at all times. So once again, when the train is moving, I do ask for everyone to remain together the entirety of this trip, keeping all arms, legs, and body parts inside the train.
Oh, sorry, so you must never go. I mean, what? So, you know,
The bell means that the engineers are ready to go. So we're just going to wait for all of our guests to come on board and get safely seated. Wait for the okay from our station masters, and then we will be on.
I mean, I guess who's having
Okay, so that was the signal from the station masters, and now we're ready to go. So at this time, I am going to ask for no more changing of seats, exiting the train, and especially no more standing up from this point forward. And as we start to depart from the Nairobi train station, if I can have everyone look over to the right-hand side of the train, put a big hand in the air, and wave goodbye to our hardworking station announcers, Emily and Paul. Everybody say goodbye, guys. Over on the left-hand side of our train, we have a green and gold roller coaster, which is called Cheetah Hunt. Cheetah Hunt is a magnetic launch coaster with 3 launch points that will take you from 0 to 60 in mere seconds, or as how we like to call it, 0 to Cheetah. This ride is also one of Florida's longest coasters with a track of 4,429 feet long. On the left-hand side of our train, we're approaching one of the 3 entrances into the edge of Africa, which is located directly on our left-hand side of the train, past all of those bushes and shrubs. The edge of Africa is a self-guided tour of over 16-acre attraction that will come to more than 13 species of African animals. Here you can see one of our 2 prides of African lions, catch a glimpse of our spotted hyenas, see some of our African fish alongside some hippos through a 225,000-gallon observation tank, and much more. Coming up over on the right-hand side of our train, we have a large white building, which is called the Serengeti Overlook Restaurant. At the Serengeti Overlook, you can dine indoors or out, and its menu consists of pizza, club sandwiches, chicken tenders, and for our guests over the age of 21, there is even a service bar. right-hand side of our train, we have a blue and yellow coaster, which is called Mach 2. Mach 2 is one of the tallest and fastest steel umbrella coasters in the southeast. Inverted, meaning that you're beneath the tracks with your feet dangling, rather than above the tracks like most other coasters. This ride will take you to the heights of 150 feet, travels at 65 miles per hour, and unlike River Skirt, is not a family-friendly coaster as it will take you upside down a second time. So passing by Monster, we are now entering our Serengeti belt. So I do want to remind you guys once again to stay seated at all times, as the animals that we have out here are wild and free roaming. So that means that they can go wherever they please. Often that means on our terminal coaster track, you should come to extend south or change speeds at any moment's notice. So for your safety, for the safety of others around you, I'm going to ask that everyone remain seated at all times. Looking over to the left-hand side of our train, in between and behind us hills are some of our reticulated giraffes. These giraffes grow up to about 18 feet and weigh up to 1 ton. These animals are able to do almost everything standing up. That can include eating, drinking, sleeping, and for female giraffes giving birth. So the giraffes first home with until after 6-foot drops to the ground. Also on the left-hand side, we have some of our grubby zebras. They are the largest of zebra species, and their stripes stop at their shoulder line with a completely white belly. The large chain animals are known as the eland antelope. They can scale up to 1 ton, and despite their size, they can jump up to 10 feet from a near standing position. And on top of that hill, we have some smaller chain animals, which are known as the impalas. Impalas are known to be amazing jumpers, being able to take bounds of 40 feet up to 10 feet high. These animals have a top running speed of about 55 miles per hour, and when threatened by a predator, they will jump over one another to escape. Going back to the giraffes, no two markings are the same, just like our fingerprints. However, like us as well, they have the same amount of vertebrae in their necks as we do, and that number is 7. Over on the left-hand side, we're going to go left to right. So we're going to start with our grand zebras. These grand zebras are the smallest of zebra species, and their stripes are all around their belly and their legs, and this is unique to only them, which makes them the most photographed of all zebra species. So more likely than not, if you ever see a picture of a zebra, it is often going to be the grand zebra. So to the right of the zebras, we have some brownish animals sitting down underneath the shade of the tree. These animals are known as Tafasa waterbug. Tafasa waterbug have a unique anatomical feature of a perfectly heart-shaped nose, and despite water being a part of their name, these animals are not actually aquatic creatures. However, they do tend to retreat into the water when threatened by a predator. And over in the middle of the field, there's two shaggy grayish-white animals with horns sitting down underneath the shade of the tree. These are known as wildebeest. Wildebeest, also referred to as white-bearded deer, travel in herds that are almost always on the move, and they can travel with herds as large as 1 million individuals. And they can carry dust clouds so large that can be seen all the way up from space. And now over to the right-hand side of our train, we have some reddish-brown animals with horns. These are known as the sable antelope. Sable antelope congregate in herds of 15 to 20 individuals, the more dominant female acting as a leader. There's only one male in each herd, and the juvenile males are exiled at the age of 3. Both male and females have horns, where the males tend to be black and the females are brown. So going back to the zebras, we have some closer up to our train over on the left-hand side. A newborn foal of a zebra is able to run with the herd within an hour after it's born. And within that same hour, they were able to identify their mother by sight and smell. Looking over to the right-hand side of our train, we have some tan animals with white vertical stripes on their sides. These are known as the greater kudu. Greater kudu are considered to be the most handsome of all antelope, and they have very large ears, making them sensitive to noise and difficult to approach out in the wild. When threatened by a predator, these animals are known to stand extremely still for extended periods of time to hide or flee threat. As those greater kudu, we have two of our female redneck ostriches up alongside that fence. These are the largest of all birds and are the only birds with two toes on each feet. These birds are able to grow up to 9 feet, weigh about 330 pounds, and they have a top running speed of about 42 miles per hour.
Oh no, we could ride it over to Stanleyville if you want. I don't think it stops till Stanleyville. They're using Congo. They're running Congo today. They are running Congo today.
Stop here. Stop here.
No, they aren't using the Congo station today.
How do you know?
Set it on the side. What about it?
You like it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they work for Hollis.
Yeah. There's Tampa. No.
You like that?
Over to the right-hand side of our train, we have a green and orange coaster called Tampa. Tampa is Swahili dialect means roar, and I do think that this thing speaks for itself. As for the most part, you will be able to hear the coaster. And that is because Tampa, unlike any of the other roller coasters, is made out of solid steel. So when in motion, it creates a loud roaring. This ride will take you to the heights of 150 feet, travels at speeds of 65 miles per hour, and will take you through 7 inversions. Over to the right-hand side of our train, in between those bushes, we have our Congo River Rapids. The Congo River Rapids, you can stay with 11 of your closest friends or perfect strangers on a free-floating circular raft. It will take you film a quarter-long mellow ride through the replica of the Congo River. And up past this ride, over on the right-hand side of our train, we have some reddish-brown animals with like bird with stripes down their side. These are known as the bongo antelope. Bongo antelope were once thought to have been extinct, however, rediscovered in the 1950s in a remote area of Kenya. And over on the left-hand side, we have the Jungala area of our park, home to some of our endangered Bengal tigers and orangutans.
Tigress.
I think she went home in the ranch.
Yeah. No, that's a roller coaster. Tigress.
Were you on that?
No, that's the new
That's the
one.
new one?
Yeah, which not what it used to be.
Side of our train, we have the back side of the Zambia Smokehouse. The Zambia Smokehouse is designed indoors or out, and its menu consists of barbecue ribs, barbecue chicken, beef brisket, and pork. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are now approaching the Stanleyville train station. Stanleyville is the closest stop towards roller coasters such as Shikra and Tigress, along with the Stanleyville Lagoons, Sesame Street Safari of Fun, the Congo River Rapids, the Bird Gardens, Walkabout Way, Hongo, and Jungala. So as we start to approach closer towards the station, I do want to remind you all to stay seated till the train comes to a full and complete stop at the station. I'll let you all know when it's safe to exit the train over on the platform side.
This Stanleyville?
Yeah, do you want to get off here? Sure.
Yeah.
Mind if I go on the walk flow?
And guys, hang tight for just a couple more seconds. We're almost there.
Have some rides for Mexico.
Alright, it is now safe to exit around the platform side of the train only. Exits are going to be towards the front and rear. I hope you guys enjoyed your trip on the Serengeti Express, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Busch Gardens. And for those of you staying on board, our next stop will be in Nairobi train station.